Hello friends, good evening. I hope everyone is well. So if you can hear me, as usual, just say hi. Also have few comments already. Ubiquitous, I'm not sure what's the name, but yeah, we will look at Mastec after the Nifty. Hey Sai is asking, is it possible to host earlier at 9:30? No Sai, unfortunately no. I really do not have the time before 11 o'clock. So that's a bit difficult for me. But in the future, if I can, I will let you know. Yeah. Hey Shiv, hi Ninad. Hi Turtle Trader. I hope you're using the Turtle strategy for trading. Hey Nisha, good evening. Hey Shiv. Hi Santosh. Hi Sai. Okay, so how was your portfolio today? If you think your portfolio did well, then do let me know. If not, also do let me know. Right, but otherwise our portfolio was kind of flat. We will look at it shortly. Hey Hemant, hey Shankar. Yeah, I think let's start, right? Okay, so yeah, as usual, we'll look at Nifty first and then we'll jump into the Trendline Investor series. But before that, I want to share a very nice insight, which I also shared on Twitter just before I started this session. So if you see, actually, if I'm just connecting this, I usually draw this on the log charts. But if I just connect this channel and if I connect this channel, you will see that Nifty is actually trending in a long-term parallel channel, right? Now, I think that probably this is going to give us a much higher target from here. The targets are right now pretty high, but for now at least I see that we would be probably heading to 17,500 odd levels in the next few months. Right now, again, this is just a probability. It's all technical analysis is a probability, right? So that means we are probably having another around 8% upside from here, which is a pretty good upside. But for now, that's the insight that I wanted to share, and this channel looks really good. But otherwise, what we usually look at is we look at this trend line over here, right? So if you see this is the trend line that I look at on the linear scale, right? Again, not a very perfect parallel channel. You can also do that here, but I don't have multiple touch points on this side, right? If you look on the log scale, we do have multiple touch points. So we had 2 touch points this side, right? So this and this side also we have multiple touch points. So that's why this parallel channel is a much perfect channel than the linear scale one, right? Otherwise, yeah, let's jump into today's what happened to the markets today. So we had a kind of a doji today, so that can signal two things. The trend is just pausing. Maybe it was because of expiry today, or probably we'll just couple of sessions more of pause before we head higher. Now if you see, this forms everywhere, right? You see this here and then we went higher, but also we see it formed at top and then we came down. So it can happen on both sides. So this can signal a pause, but we never know what the upcoming trend is in the coming days. But for now, what happened yesterday is we spoke about a contracting pattern yesterday. So this was the trend line that I was looking at. So we discussed this yesterday, and also this part over here, right? And our plan was to go long if we head above this level, right? So above 16,290 is what I said. And if you see today morning, we opened right at 16,293 and we came down. So that's the red candle. The green candle is wrong. The trading view sometimes does that, especially in opening candles. But if you see here, the open was 16,293 and the close was 265. So that was a proper red candle. And then we also broke down from here, and then we just went higher. But if you also noticed yesterday, I also spoke about another trend line, which is this one, right? So if you see, we also spoke about this trend line, and we also spoke about another trend line, which was this one, right? So sorry. So every day we have to look at all kinds of possibilities, and that's very important. Now yesterday also, sorry, just a second. Yeah, as I also mentioned that if we break this trend line, then probably we are going to head lower towards this. But for now, yeah, we've broken this trend line. So that was a nice breakdown just before close, and also we kind of broke this swing low here. So we had some consolidation, and then we had a red candle just at the last 15 minutes of just before closing. But for me, I would not, go long, go short right now, but I'll rather look for any long opportunities right now until this support is not broken. So until we don't go below 16,200, I will not be looking for any shorts, right? So tomorrow, only if we break 16,200, then probably want to look for shorts. Until then, keep looking for long trades. We never know. Right now, Nifty has just closed around this, level over here. It is just closed right around that support zone. Right now, this was the zone where we broke out and went higher. Now we just closed right around that level. Now tomorrow, you can short if you want to short, but I'd still not short because the downtrend is still not much. We've not started a single low, high, low, low, right? So if you just plot the pivots, you will see that. Now still we are in higher, low, higher, high, high, low formation. Probably, yes, this is one of the lower, we've started forming one, but that's a very small, short-term trend to consider that for shorting. You can still continue to short, but your stop loss should be around 16,325, or you can keep in a short around 16,350 and short at current levels. But my suggestion is not to do that, because I feel that we might, probably consolidate and come down here, and then we again head higher, right? But for now, that's the trend line that I'll be watching. So also the long plan for tomorrow is that if we come down tomorrow, right, towards this level here, and if we gap down tomorrow towards the level, or if we just come down here, and just watch what's happening around this zone, right? So this zone probably is a confluence of supports. We've already seen this confluence of support yesterday in PNB. So this is probably a strong area for reversal and again to head higher, right? But if we break down below this 16,200, or if we break down below this trend line, and if we do both breakdowns happen, then probably that's a very good short signal, and we can probably go short as well, right? And the stop loss is as usual, just try to find a swing low or swing high for your stops. For example, if you're shorting right now, your stop would be around 16,325, and if you want to go long, let's say if you went long about this high, then your stop loss is somewhere around here. Let's always consider that possibility. Now, I just want to show you one more possibility before we move on to the next section. Okay, so there's another trend line that we need to look at, right? So this one from here is also another possibility, right? So even if we head here, right, so this one, so even if we break down this, probably will come and take support here as well, right? So 16,200 is the level you can look for shorts, but just be watchful around these two trend lines, right? So that's the trend line that you have to watch out for. And also this is just another possibility, like as usual. So we might probably, this is a channel that we're looking at, and if you see, we're kind of taking support around there, and today we have broken this channel. Now you can also draw another channel, but channels are usually deceptive. I don't really trust channels that much until I have many touch points, right? Otherwise they can be really deceptive. So this is also another channel that you can see, but these are just possibilities. Don't go really by channels, go by the trend lines that we've spoken about, but I'm just showing you some possibilities, right? So this is probably a channel formation, and we could also take support around here and reverse tomorrow. That's why I said, so right now we have taken support around there just before closing. So this was a breakout and probably a retest, little deep also you can keep. So right now we are probably around a support zone or breakout retest zone, and tomorrow if we open gap up, it could be used to go longs with this lower stop, the closing lower stop. But if we gap down, then just go short only below 16,200, right? So that's kind of the plan for Nifty for tomorrow, right? So if you have any questions about this, let me know in the comment section. Also, if you're using my analysis for your intraday trades or positional trades, do let me know that as well, because I'm not sure how many people are really following my video for intraday and positional. And if there are not many, then we can spend time on something else also. But do let me know if you're following this and if this helps you. Okay, now jumping into our next session or next part of the video, which is trade with Trendline Investor. So again, if you are following me and if you're following my portfolio, if you have any of these stocks, do let me know in the comment section. We can also answer your questions if you have any questions. Okay, so for now, these are the 4 stocks that we are holding. Again, Apar Industries had a red day today. Otherwise, Tata Steel BSL, Kansai, Nerolac, and ANGELBRKG again recovered very strongly, around 3.6% up. Right, so but overall today was a flat day, not a red day, but 0.2% we are down, and we added Tata Steel BSL Limited with the remaining money that we have. Right, so if you got orders, you will see that it was executed around 9:23 today. So I also posted on Telegram. So if you haven't joined Telegram, do join the Telegram channel. because I don't post the updates on Twitter. It's purely on Telegram. So let's look at the charts for the stocks. So Apar Industries again had a red day. Now, as I said, that level is proving to be a supply zone, but this always happens in stocks, right? So after a massive move, there is always going to be some consolidation. But the point to note here is that we have been having nice volumes, and this stock has just, started an uptrend. As I said, if you go to the weekly charts, you will see that I mentioned this point, right? So if you see this, right, we've just broken out here around 500, and we've just gone up 167 points, 150. That's just 30% move up, and usually the up moves are really much bigger, right? And probably we are right now just consolidating here around that trend line. So don't exit this at any cost. Keep a stop loss is still 640 odd, so we'll continue to keep that stop and continue to hold Apar Industries. But I just want to show you on the short-term charts what's happening, right? So if you see, I've been speaking about this line over here, and just hide the volumes to show this. I spoke about this trend line, and I said probably we're going to head like this and come here. Now if you see, exactly we came in reverse there today morning, today just before market close. Now I think the low 640 should hold, so our stop loss is still around here, around 640 odd. So I think our stop loss still should hold, but for now we are still forming higher highs, higher lows on the hourly chart also, right? So if you see, if you just plot the pivot, you will see that the higher lows are still intact, even on the hourly charts, right? Maybe in the 5-minute charts it's not, but if you see here, we have clear higher highs and higher lows. So nothing to worry. If you're holding this share, continue to hold. And for now we have reversed, and the volumes have been decent volumes today, right? So not very great, I'm sorry, but some less volumes today on a down red day. Okay, so that's my view on Apar Industries. Tata Steel Limited, we finally managed to close above 98.2, and today we had an inside bar, so tomorrow probably we're heading higher. Now all steel stocks are doing very well. This will also catch up, but for now I think we just around that resistance, a very short-term resistance, but we should head higher. But next target clearly is around 109, but we will not book profits. We will let it run how much of a high it wants to go. Just taking a look at the long-term charts, okay, and if you see here, the long-term chart, we have a major resistance here, and that's why the stock is taking so much of time. And if we clear 110, 112, then the stock is going to have a very good move on the upside, right? So for now, just don't do anything. Keep your stop around, I think 92.5 as a stop. Continue to hold the stock. That's my view on Tata Steel. Now Nerolac has moved today well, but the point to note here is, if you see, every day the low is getting higher, right? So the low is just moving higher. So again, inside bar on the stock as well. Now KANSAINER needs to close, high. It has to cross that 640, 650 levels, and only then we are heading higher. So for now, just continue to hold KANSAINER. Nothing much on that front. Right, ANGELBRKG is our stock. So again, it has reversed today beautifully. That is a beautiful parallel channel. If you're a really aggressive trader, you can literally trail your stop loss to today's low or even yesterday's low. So today's low would be a very good trailing stop loss, but I'm not going to do that because that's a little bit aggressive and our stop loss might be hit. But what I'm going to do probably is, if we cross 1400, so 1395 is the high on this day. If we cross 1400, then probably I'm going to add some money from KANSAINER to ANGELBRKG. If KANSAINER doesn't give a strong move in the next couple of days, or even tomorrow, if ANGELBRKG gives a very good move, then probably you can look at adding more of ANGELBRKG and reducing KANSAINER, and then you can move your stop loss to 12, 30 odd. Like. So right now our risk is around 720. So we can move our stop loss cost to cost. So tomorrow 1230, and then you can add, sell off half KANSAINER, probably 22,000 shares, 20,000 rupees worth shares, sell off 10,000 probably and move the 10,000 here, or you can even make this 30% position size, because our stop loss will be cost to cost, right? So we'll have only a risk on the new position, right? So in case this happens tomorrow, I will let you know on my Telegram channel. So don't forget to subscribe. Otherwise, ANGELBRKG looks good. Just looking at other stocks, see, FACT we sold off yesterday at 138, and today it's again dropped. That's the reason I don't want to have FACT, because you need strong days, right? You need good green number of, so if you see, we had one green candle here, then complete trade, again one complete trade, again one complete trade. So it's literally going in a range. So probably if you want to look at fact, you should probably look at above 147, 148 odd levels. Okay, advanced enzymes again corrected, so it is kind of doing a breakout retest and nice demand around that zone. Otherwise, Jubilant is again looking good. See, everything is inside this candle, right? So strong consolidation. So if you want to add this also, you can add. The stop loss is very less, around 585, right? Eastman trip is coming inside. It's a deep correction, so maybe some more correction. Likita has again, so this was a trend line retest. So if you see here, that is a trend line, and we're kind of retesting the trend line again. Crystal, again a trend line retest. VIP is contracting, again a trend line retest in VIP as well. So if you see here, we again retesting that trend line support. So VIP also is very good buy. Your stop loss is just 390. It is at 405, so 15 rupees stop, which is hardly 4%, or less than 5%. Now CCL is again a very good trade if you want to take. Stop loss is just today's low, and you can go long above today's high, right? So go long above 414, keep your stop loss at 395. That could be a very good trade. I just feel this is just due to the coffee correction. The coffee price also has corrected same way, just reflecting here. Sun TV is again doing a deep correction, so not looking that great. I usually don't like this when there's no follow through, right? KEC is kind of holding the trend line, and India Mart had a flat day. Okay, so it's still within that range, right? So probably some more time before it heads higher. Okay, so that's the stock outlook, or the stocks that we have. So what I've done in the sheet is I've updated Tata Steel BSL Limited. So we have holding around 327 shares at 94.72. Our stop loss is 92.5. So we're holding 30% of Tata Steel BSL Limited, and also Apar Industries 30% odd. So as of today, our major stocks, around 67% of our portfolio is in these two stocks. Now remember the risk here, right? So the risk is, tomorrow by any chance, if Apar Industries has a very bad news or something like that, the stock can hit a lower circuit. But if it doesn't hit a stop loss and directly opens a 20% lower circuit, you will lose 6% of your capital, right? The moment that happens, then we'll have to really be careful with our portfolio. But that's the risk that you're going to have. But my objective is to show, if you have very small capital, how do you be aggressive and how can you do this? Now, if I have a big capital, I will not be doing this. I will not probably go above 20%, 25%. But I'm doing this because I have a small capital, and I want to show you how to compound this very aggressively. But for this, it's very important to stick to your risk management rules. And that's the basis for managing a portfolio. Otherwise, there's no update on stop losses yet on any of the stocks. So tomorrow, as I mentioned, if angel broking cost is 1400, then I will move my stop to 1230 cost to cost. So I'll deploy this risk in the new pyramiding stock. So that's my update for today. I think we had a flat day. I have not updated this, but we had a flat day around 200 rupees loss. But yeah, I'll update this probably later. So let's jump into your questions for today. Again, let's keep it, one stock per person or two stocks per person. Let's not all ask multiple questions. Okay. Yeah. Hey Sagar. Hey Akash. Shiv, I'm not sure what you mentioned by May stop loss have hit for me, but yeah, just clarify maybe. Ninad, not too good, not a great day. Okay. You're telling about your portfolios. Yeah. Dinesh asks, view on Orient Paper, Newgen, Sensar, NBCC. So let's try to keep it to two stocks, Dinesh. Let's not ask. This is for everyone, not only for Dinesh, so that I can answer this question also, because I have the session daily. So daily, if you ask two questions, I can answer that better. So I'll answer your questions all today. So, but from tomorrow, let's keep it 2 per day so that everyone gets a chance. Okay. So Orient Paper view. Yeah, just going sideways. No, so the stock is in a good uptrend. So continue to hold Orient. There's nothing much. The stock is in a very long-term uptrend. So right now it's just facing resistance around this point. Around there. That's facing resistance there. So it needs to kind of cross that level. But the trend looks good. You can continue to hold with the stop loss around 28. And if you're a very short-term trader, in the same stop loss can be applied. But yeah, it looks good. You can continue to hold that. Newgen. So Newgen is kind of, has broken down from a short-term trend line, and it's correcting more. But if you had invested, then probably you should have exited right now. Correct, because it broke the previous swing low. So this was one swing, then we went up and again have broken down. Now if you're asking me for any stop loss, the stop loss should be 460 odd level, which is this swing low here, right? Or if you go to the weekly, I think weekly there's not a major dip which has happened. So keep your stop loss. If you're a short-term trader, keep your stop loss. You should have exited probably if you're a short-term trader, but if you're holding this for investment purposes, 460 could be a good stop loss. Right, but for now the stock has corrected deep. It is already fallen a lot. So sometimes you can book partial profits when you see such steep moves, right? So I don't usually do that, but when a trend line breaks, you can do partial profits sometimes if you want to. But that's also one of the other strategies that you can follow, right? But I don't really prefer that. But I don't also invest in stocks which have upper circuits and lower circuits, which have 5% circuits and all. So I usually tend to invest in stocks which have a 20% circuit, because if you have moves also, you can get good moves, right? So sensor, but doesn't mean I'll not always not invest in 5% circuit stocks. If the levels are really convincing, then I will invest. Okay, so in case you're wondering, so Zensar has given a good breakout, right? So this, if you see, this was a good breakout from the previous highs, which was in 2018. So we have broken out a strong trend. So currently to hold Zensar, it can go much higher. Okay, NBCC. Again, I think this gave a good move this week, if I'm right. No, it's not this stock then. Okay, so Zensar, sorry, NBCC is again has given a breakdown from the trend line. So the short-term trend looks down a bit, but I think if you ignore the trend lines, then probably this is the low that you need to be looking at. So if you're a short-term trader, keep a stop around 45 probably, and if you're an investor, then probably keep a stop around 38. But just looking at the weekly charts, what it's telling me, so yeah, this is probably a retest of this breakout, right? So we are probably just retesting that breakout zone again. Okay, so we did already retest, probably we're doing another retest. I don't know, I'm just thinking what can happen in terms of probability. Also, this is the resistance it needs to clear, so every time it crosses there, it just keeps coming down. Okay, so that's my view on NBCC. Hello Subhas. Next question is from Vijay. If you have multiple options or scripts to choose from, how do we select the best and to allocate capital? Now, one of the ways, see, I like these kind of questions, right? It helps you in learning. Rather than asking stock specific questions, I'd be more than happy to discuss different strategies or how to allocate money to a stock. So please ask such kind of questions. I'd be more than happy to answer than just talk my views on stocks. So when you have multiple stocks to choose from, look for stocks which have moved up very strong, and look for stocks which are consolidating after a very strong move. If you see a stock which is moving sideways, then probably that's going to continue to move sideways for some more time. And also, if you are looking for breakouts, then look for breakouts which are happening over 6 months time period or 12 months time period. So any breaker which happens after 3-month consolidation or 6-month consolidation or 1 year or multi-year consolidation, the move is going to be really strong. So one of the ways I do is I try to look for, so two setups I trade. One is a breakout. So when I look for a breakout, I look for at least few months consolidation. Like yesterday, I posted a few stocks, and if you go and look at them, they are probably few months to, few weeks to multi-month consolidation. I posted one stock which had a 9-month consolidation as well, right? So breakouts, look for strong consolidations. Or if you're looking for pullbacks, then look for trend line reversals. Look at if the stock is reversing from a trend line, but wait for a green candle to form and then take the trade, right? Just don't go for any stock. Like if yesterday I scanned out of 60 stocks in the night, but I finally posted only 3 stocks because these were the best setups available as per today's market condition, right? So you don't have to invest in every stock. And over a period of time, you will also start understanding which stock works better and which is the best risk reward setup. So always also try to look from a risk reward setup. The lesser the risk, the higher the probabilities of getting a higher reward, but also the trade-off is your stop loss might get hit if there's a less stop loss. So that's something that you have to bear, but it will be compensated by the big moves which come from small risks, right? So I might probably make a video on this sometime, but that's my view, Vijay. Hope that helped. Dinesh is asking my view on Wellspun Corp. Sorry. Yeah, Wellspun Corp. It's going sideways, right? Now, this is what I keep saying. I just told this to Vijay. So I'd not be looking in stocks like this, right? Because you see, this is just going like that and probably it's going down, right? So it has already broken a key support on the weekly time frame, and it is probably heading lower. If it goes below this week, if it closes below this point, below 133.5, then this is going much lower, probably towards 110, 115 levels. So that's why I say never look for stocks which are trending sideways for many years. That stock is just going to continue to do that. Reason that does is because every time the stock comes up, there are so many people stuck in the stock. They keep selling, they keep selling, they keep selling, right? And that might take a minimum months to come out of that. So for now, my view on Wellspun is probably should exit the stock and look at something else. I see Shushla auntie is there. Hello auntie, I hope you're doing well. Akshat asking my view on Balaji Telefilms and Shakti Pumps. Yeah, let's look at Balaji Telefilms. Again, this is in a massive downtrend, and also you see that multi-year. So from since 2000 it's just going down. So probably I might look at somewhere in a short-term trade, but for investment I not look at the stock. Now I think one of the trades I did last year was this breakout from here. That was a short breakout from 60 to 80 odd levels, and then it's again going sideways. Now if you want to invest in the stock again, I'd look at this only above that point, right? And just I'm going to put up one more indicator, which is CCI, which all of you know, and I'll just tell you why this stock is probably you should not be looking at it right now. So I just put up the CCI and I'm just changed the indicator to 34, which I use. Now if you see here, since the CCI came, so this was the point when it came above 100. Now I think the value would not be visible there, but this week when it came above 100, CCI when it came above 100, it came in my watch list as well, and I had kept a trigger. So since this high needs to be taken out before you invest in the stock or trade the stock for short term. But for now, I'd not be looking at the stock because again going down. Right, maybe you can take a short-term reversal trade around 63, but for now, or take a breakout trade above 77, right? But for now, don't otherwise don't invest anywhere in between. You might just be stuck for weeks. Okay, my view on Shakti Pumps, it has given a breakdown on the short-term charts, on the daily charts. Long-term trend is up, Shakti Pumps, but if you see, we have broken down from there. Right now, that's something bad. That shouldn't happen in a strong stock like Shakti Pumps. So I also told clearly when we invested this stock, this is one of the first stocks. Now see, exiting this stock was a very good decision. Right now, this always will be known in hindsight. Right now, you can never know this when you're taking a trade. So 750 was a stop, or 745 was a stop. I don't know what was a stop, but it's kind of breaking down and it's probably heading lower. Now this week it needs to come back above 750. It needs to come back and close above 750. Otherwise, probably this stock is going to see some more sell-off. Right, but for now, this short-term, as per daily charts, short-term trade, this is a strict no. But probably if you're investing, you can still hold it with a stop around 480 odd. Right, that's pretty deep, but if you're an investor, that's how you need to do it, right? So, and also if you see, we are right around that all-time high, and it's just going back again inside, right? So some more correction maybe, and then we'll head higher. That's my view on Shakti Pumps. Rahul is asking my views on VSSL and FCL. Both are looking strong, Rahul. I already checked these charts in the last couple of days. You don't have to worry about it. Just keep holding on to it. Right, it's a beautiful uptrend. Even Tex Chemical is also looking very good. It has given a breakout around all-time high. After the results came this week, it formed kind of a contraction. If you see this contraction, this is a symmetrical contraction and inside bar. Right, I keep telling about the inside bar. Now, if you had invested, you already be up 15% in just in a matter of a couple of days. Right, if you had looked at the inside bar, or even 10%, if you just invested above 106, you'd have made 10% just a couple of days. So again, both look good, fantastic. Subhas is asking my views on SCI. I think SCI is again a stock which keeps going sideways. I'll just delete all of this, right? But it's a very strong consolidation, right around all-time high. I think that's the all-time high. Is there anything else? No, it's not all-time high, right? So it is consolidating right after the breakout there, right? But still, I can take a trade right now. I might take a trade right now, but the stock might have a much better performance once it crosses, around 200, 205. Then it might move much faster. Right now, if you see on the weekly, it is just forming a very strong contraction. Probably I'm not sure if the trend line is touching. Yeah, not yet. So maybe this one over here. I'm not sure. Yes. Yeah. So this one. Right, so this is right now testing that trend line over there. Probably we might see a move this week or next week. I am not sure. I'm just going into the daily charts. Yes. So this trend line, right? So probably we're going to see a move this week or next week. But this is a beautiful contraction in pattern, a proper symmetrical triangle breakout. Just keep a buy order above 118, and you might get a very good move. But don't buy until it crosses 118. right? Or if you want to be a little more aggressive, you can buy above 115 as well. But once this consolidation breaks out, then you're going to get a very good move, because this consolidation is more than 3 months consolidation. Now this is the setup I'm talking about, Vijay. I think you asked this question. So when you have multi-month consolidations, then, and especially on a pattern like this, then you're probably going to see a very good breakout in the short term, right? So something like this also, right? So thank you. I will also add this to my watch list for a good short-term trade for my personal account. Santosh asking, sir, bought 16,000 PE September for 185. What's your views? I have no idea. No one can tell you what will happen in 2 months from now. For now, the trend is up. I'm not sure why you bought 16,000 PE. Don't do this mistake. Many people do this because you might be expecting a crash, but there's no logical reason to expect a crash in September, which is just 1 month away. So I have no views, but my view is Nifty is up, so it might head higher. Sagar is asking my view on Acrystal and steel cast. I think today we might be a little bit over time. Probably I can extend for another 15 minutes. Acrystal is looking good. So keep a stop around 577. It is in a beautiful uptrend. So Acrystal looks good. Steel cast. Sorry. So steel cast. Let's open this. Yeah, it is also in a beautiful uptrend. So continue to hold steel cast. There's no problem. It is also broken out to all-time high. So nothing to worry. In fact, you can add more to your positions if you want to on any dips. Okay, so that's my view. Abhinav says read your log versus normal chart blog. So basically we use log charts always right and normal charts aren't. Yes, you can always use log charts, but also sometimes short-term charts. I can kind of switch between log and normal charts, but you can use log chart always. It works very well, right? Mudit, hey Mudit, can you share your views on LinkedIn Pharma? My average cost price is 320. Yes. Average cost is 320. Yeah, the trend is up, right? So no problem yet. The trend is clearly up. It's forming higher lows, and we've still not broken this recent swing low, which was a retest of this breakout, right? So you can add even right now if you want, you can add this position right now. It's kind of reversed from the same level, so probably it is just taking support, around this trend line over here, and it's going to head higher maybe, right? So for now, it looks very good. In fact, today's reversal shows that this low is acting as a very good support zone, right? So if you see the zone, that's the retest zone. In fact, if you want to look for, if anyone is looking for a short-term trade, you can keep a stop around 330 and take this trade. It's 8% stop. It might probably head higher. So this is just a retest. Okay, so don't worry much. And this also has broken out from a long-term resistance. So this has a much higher potential, right? So don't just sell off. It is also broken out from this channel, from this pattern. So it might head higher. Vallabh is asking Greaves Cotton. Greaves Cotton is again close to a breakout. Multi-year breakout. Now that line, you see that line, it's just consolidating around that line. It needs to break out above that zone, right? So it is just consolidating around, again similar to Lincoln. If you see, it's just consolidating around that previous breakout. So it broke out over here. It's just retesting that breakout zone. So again, it's a good short-term trade. In case you want, you can keep today's low as stop also and take this trade. 150 stop, invest around 153. Anisha, thanks for your cautionary advice. Exit Zomato just in time. Any further levels on which one can add Tata Steel Bhushan, sir? Tata Steel you can add even now, right? I've already talked about this. You can add right now. It has given a breakout today. So keep your stop. If you're looking for long term, then you can keep a stop in around 87, but my stop is around 92. But just be aware that 92 stop loss can be hit much easily than a stop loss 87, because 87 is a very strong support. 92 is a very short term support, right? So, but if you look in the sheet that I share in this video, 92.5 is support. Akash asking my view on AB Capital and S Chand. Yes, AB Capital is a stock also I posted on Twitter sometime back. Yes, again, this is just trending near a long-term support. So probably this is a reversal. Again, this is a good consolidation. It's just going sideways since last 3 months. Now most of the people in markets who are new, I think you guys are used to looking at stocks moving up, and you're not used to such long consolidations. But I'll just remind you, these kind of consolidations happen even longer consolidations happen when the markets are in a bear market condition, or when the sideways market. But for now it looks good. You can keep a stop right around 110 odd and hold your short-term position. But if you want to add right now, you can add with a stop loss at 110 also. But for now, I think that's my view on AB Capital. And probably also we are just retesting that trend line around there. Maybe not really, just taking this from here. Yeah, probably just retesting the trend line and might head higher this week. But if you want to add, if you're conservative, then add above 120. Okay, so that's my view on AB Capital. There's a lot of questions today. I think let's stop the questions and let's answer the remaining. So the last question I'll answer is from Akash about my journey in the market. I'll not answer any questions further than that. Okay, so let's quickly finish the others. JNFC and Cosmo Films. I think JNFC is consolidating. So it is consolidating. So that low is, so this again low is what you have to look at. So below this I would exit, but for now it's again consolidating. There's nothing changing there. I think I forgot to answer Yashchand from Akash question on Yashchand. Yeah, it is kind of around this trend line for now. You can continue to hold. The higher high was intact, the up move is intact. My Cosmo Films give an excellent result, right? So if you're having such stocks, just continue to hold them, right? There's no point thinking about selling them, because this stock can go much higher. No one knows, right? So see that move from here, right? 446 almost giving you triple X returns already. So just continue to hold Cosmo Films. But the trend is picking up very strong. But if you want to enter right now, it's not right time to enter, because there's right now no consolidation happening. It's just going higher and higher, right? So if you're holding already, you can continue to add. My view on when I was asking my view on Primer Poly, I never heard of this stock. Let's check it. Yeah, I'm not sure which stock is this. Maybe now you want to just ask, just give me the code, maybe I can check. Any reason for not using moving averages, Akash? No, I do. I've told you how to use moving averages in one of the videos. So I do use moving averages sometimes. Like if you see this moving average, the stock has not gone below 50-day moving average, right? It's just respecting this moving average beautifully. But I look at trend lines, so I know that if a trend line is being respected, or I just by looking, I have an idea of where the stock is kind of taking support. But if you want to use moving averages, you can very well use it. I have no problem, and it is a very good way to check where the stock is reversing. Okay, I'll also make a strategy on moving averages, the one which I used to use initially when I started off. Not when I started off, but when I started losing money and all, I had to have a strategy, and my initial strategies in the starting days was on moving averages. I will share a video on that, also a strategy as well. Darsh is asking my view on West Coast paper. West Coast, yeah, just remove the indicators again. Yeah, West Coast is just consolidating, right? So it needs to kind of break out above that zone. So until then, it'll just keep going sideways. So, but I think the move is getting smaller and smaller. So probably this is a cup and handle pattern. I can just keep a stop around 238 or 250 odd level and just continue to hold. Probably it will head higher. But it has given a breakout. We see this breakout over here, and it's just facing resistance around that zone, right? You see this massive resistance zone. So this is probably this is also an inverted head and shoulders pattern. So if you want to add more, just add above that highs. About 280, 290 is when you can add more, and that's going to give a very explosive move in the coming days and months. Okay, Indian Bank has a very good fundamentals, profit increasing every quarter. Abhinav was saying, I believe it will touch all-time high. Please check the weekly chart of Indian Bank. And since they are in focus, please look at IB real estate. See, Abhinav, don't think that just because the fundamentals are good, you think that the stock will touch all-time high and all that, right? So that's all just your belief, and your belief might make you very biased and might not help you exit if the stock goes down. So just don't have such beliefs. Always follow price charts, and it will help you exit and save your capital, right? It has not even broken out of downtrend yet, but it's forming a cup and handle. But it has to first break out of this downtrend to head higher, right? Now, if you're looking at all-time high, it's around 400 odd levels. Maybe yes, it'll go. I have no idea. But for now, the trend is sideways. And if I want to look at investing, probably I'll look at only after it goes above 155. Okay, IB real estate, from the real estate sector. Yeah, it has given a downtrend breakout. It is moving higher. The trend is clearly up. So continue to hold IB real estate. That's my view. Ashok is asking, help your views on Trigen Technologies, Zomato, and Tatva. Yeah, Trigen. So Trigen needs to break out of all-time high, right? It's facing resistance around that zone. So unless it breaks out above that, it might not head higher. So it might take some more time. But since the IT sector itself is doing well, I think this is from IT sector, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's resistance need to be crossed, right? So for now, it is just reversing from there, but the trend is clearly up. Continue to hold, probably with a stop around, 120, 115 odd, and it might head higher from here. Okay, that's maybe on Trigen. Zomato is just listed. I don't have much data on that, but I can give you my view based on the hourly charts. Now, I clearly told a few days back that there is a, probably this, it is kind of, got rejected again from that point. You see, I think we spoke about last time when it was like this, right? And you see, we kind of broke down, we retested again, we're coming down, right? The trend is sideways. There's not much happening in this stock right now. But for me, the biggest alarm would be if it breaks out of this level. So if it goes below 130, please exit Zomato. The stock has already listed. It might take a few more months to consolidate before it heads higher. So that's maybe on Zomato. Tatva Chintan again was recently listed. I don't have any opinions on this stock. It listed just last couple of days. I have no idea because there's no data point for me, and without data points, I cannot tell anything. Okay. Bharati Airtel, Dinesh, it has given a breakout right today. I have not checked the charts yet, but let's check the weekly charts. Yeah, I think it gave a short-term symmetrical triangle breakout, but the all-time high needs to be taken out, right? So every time it goes here, it kind of reverses again. Reverse, see this again. So it needs to go above. It needs to close above 620. Only then it will head higher. But for now, it did give a good breakout from here, but it is again rejected there. So 620 to above, this can be good stock, right? View on Balaji Mines. Balaji Mines, again a very fundamentally very good stock. It is in a proper uptrend. Continue to hold, with a stop around 2,480. Don't sell it off before that. 2,400 can be a stop, or 2,300 odd. Don't sell it before that because you hardly get such stocks in markets, right? I remember posting this on Twitter when it kind of gave a breakout from here around 500 odd. Now that's an amazing run, right? So don't sell it off just like that. Continue to hold Balaji Mines. Can you please give some pointers on why you prefer not to book profits at swing high, but prefer to wait for trailing stop loss based on exit? Is it because we are working with small capital? No, I'm basically trying to ride a good trend, at least two moves up. So probably getting around 5 hour, 6 hour profits, or probably some even 8 hour, 9 hour. But if you see, I'm moving my stop losses higher. If you just go back and watch my previous videos on Apar Industries, I moved my stop from 535 to right now to 640. Now, I'm still locking in profits. As if you see, I'm still locking in profits as when the stock is heading higher, but I'm just giving it some more time because it's a great bull run and I expect some of the stocks can do really well, right? That's the reason why I'm not booking at swing high. Okay. And a stock which is recently broken out from a long-term downtrend can head much, much higher. So Ninad's asking my views on Marksans Pharma. Again, a great stock to hold. Keep a stop around 49 odd. If you're investing in the stock, 49 odd is a good stop. If you're just trying to digest those returns, and also if you see it is just consolidating around this breakout, so it's a retest basically. And if you look at the volumes, I think the volumes yesterday were good. So yesterday volumes are good. See, so probably just need some more time before it heads higher. But this is a fantastic stock. Just continue to hold, right? Akash is saying, could you make a video about your journey in the market? Yes, definitely. I'm thinking about one. I will definitely make a video. Darshit, thank you so much for your content that I read in the first newsletter that I shared. So there are 3 books, or 3 you can say, one by Stan Weinstein, How to Profit in Bull and Buy Markets, one by Mark Minervini. In fact, Mark Minervini's all 3 books are excellent. You can read that Mark Minervini's book. Then there's How to Make Money in Stocks by William O'Neill. So apart from this, if you want to really read about proper technical analysis, read about Edwards and Maggie's technical analysis of stock trends. That is also a very good book to read about, technical analysis. That's a Bible of technical analysis. And if you want to know about chart patterns, there's a book by Bulworski. It's called The Encyclopedia of Chart Patterns. You can read that as well, right? So there are many books which I've read, and over the years I've gained knowledge, but the real experience comes from practice. So start practicing patterns, start drawing trend lines, and apply them in real trades and see how it works, and then you'll slowly gain confidence. But it's all about practice. It's not just about reading books. Okay, and Twitter also is a great place. You can follow the charts of multiple people. You'll see how they draw, copy those trades, go to TradingView, try to draw the same things again and again. You might slowly start understanding how to draw charts and patterns. Right, otherwise, I think we'll stop here. Thank you for joining me. But before leaving, don't forget to hit the like button, like this video, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And if you're not subscribed to the newsletter also,